are here at this red carpet event for Jadin Hutchinson, a 15-year-old who just wrote his first book. Today I'm here with his best friend, Jalen. Jalen, how long have you known Jadin?
I've known Jadin since the 4th grade.
The 4th grade? Wow, so you guys go way back.
Yeah, like 7-8 years.
Oh, that's great. So, knowing Jadin, how has he played a positive role in your life?
He's played a really positive role. He's a good friend. He's very mature, you know what I'm saying? He handles well with other people's parents, you know, and he's good out in public, of course.
So it sounds like he's a really good friend. And how proud are you of Jadin?
I'm very proud, especially having a book. You know,
I know,
at
this is a
15.
huge milestone.
Yeah, it's really huge, so I'm just proud of him overall.
So are we all. Well, thank you so much for coming out and have a great time.
Yo me tan
Welcome to today's red carpet event. I'm here today with Jadin Hutchinson. He is a 15-year-old that just wrote his first book, and today we're at his signing and I'm going to interview him and ask him a few questions about what it's like to have his first book out. So Jadin, hi. I just want to ask, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, actually, what happened was me and my dad, we were driving on the highway one day and we had seen a homeless person. And the young age I wanted to help him, so I asked my parents, I was like, could we give him some money to help him out? And, you know, my dad told me, he was like, what if you could make enough money to help out all homeless people? And he was like, just imagine that. So.
Oh, amazing. So you talk about your family. How did your family inspire the creation of this book?
Well, my family, they inspired it by, you know, pushing me, helping me to structure this book and being able to make sure that it was fully thought out and everything. So
that's amazing and that's really inspiring. I just have one more question. If you had one thing to say to kids your age that wanted to get into something like this, what would you say?
I would say don't be afraid to pursue your dreams or anything like that. Make sure to, whatever you put your mind to pursue it and don't let no one else tell you otherwise.
I love that. I love that so much. And you are so inspiring. And I'm so happy to be here. Congratulations. And yeah, I hope you enjoy your party.
Thank you, ma'am.
How inspiring is this moment to see Jadin have his first book out at 15?
It's awesome. I'm awesome. I saw a video that he did a couple of days ago and I was just blown away. I'm very proud of this young man, but I'm not surprised at all because he is product of a great tree.
He is, and yes. you are friends with his father.
Yes.
How do you think his father's role in his life has impacted his life positively?
Knowing how awesome his father is, there's no way he could be anything but awesomer. So yeah, I think he's going to do very well. And
that just goes to show how well great leadership can be in someone's life. Yeah. And it's really amazing to see this. Thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
Have a great time.
I'm very proud that, you know, he's writing this book, you know, that's very inspirational to his peers, if you will, you know, a book about empowerment, you know, and so he's been like very impactful, you know, to others out there in regards to what he writes.
So seeing Jadin, a 15-year-old, write his first book, how inspiring is that for you as a young person?
I'd say it's pretty good that he started writing his first book at a young age because basically we have to start young. So I'd say just inspire more people to do more as a young man to get to go places, basically. Yeah.
Jadin is so fearless in the way that he has done this so young and brought on this book. How has that inspired you as a person, as a young person, to create more and imagine more?
You just gotta get out the afraid mode and just do whatever you wanted to do.
Fear can be such a hindering thing, and we don't want to let that happen anymore. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of your night.
Real friend them. Bang. Real friend them. Love me I said. Real friend them.
So I just want to welcome you all for being here today. Thank you. I know it's Sunday and we all have many things to do, but as myself and Jadin and his parents know, we appreciate you guys for coming out. But before we get started in introducing our special guests today, I would actually like to introduce or have his parents come up and say a few words before we get started today. So if I could have Lorraine and Sean to come up for a few minutes and just finish welcoming everyone here. She's gonna kill me.
So yes, we really appreciate each and every one of you for coming out and celebrating my baby Blue, my boy.
Down so I can hear you a little bit.
So like Kathy said, there's a lot that you could have done today, so we don't take it lightly, and we thank you for being here and celebrating this milestone with us. You know, we really encourage our kids that, you know, the sky is literally the limit for them.
It's for him to identify the building process, because I think that's the most rewarding piece. I think when you have to go through the process, put your hand to the hammer and the hammer to the nail, and know what it's like to take the challenge on and to win, I think that's what's important. And so when you mentioned about us, my wife and I, identifying that, hey, this kid can write, like, wait a minute. And so when I saw it, I looked at my book, and I looked at the things he's writing. Now, mind you, he wrote this book when he was 12. That's when he started working on it. And I spoke to my wife and so we waited like a year and a half before putting him in touch with an editor that I did not want to have anything to do with it, that he can go ahead and work with her directly. So they'd be on the phone like every Saturday morning, early, because that's the time she could work with him and kind of flush out his ideas even more and help him to kind of formulate what he wants to do. And just to see the way that he was involved in the process, you know, he took it serious at that age. And so to see now that he finally see the hard work he put into it and to see it come to life is, you know, he now see it as normal, like, okay, this is, oh, I did it. It's like, but for us and for me as a dad, sitting down and look at what he's accomplished, for me it's a big deal.
Real friend them. Bang.
I would like to introduce Mr. Jadin Hutchinson. But before I do that, I just want to tell you guys a little bit more about Jadin. Jadin is a 10th grader at Hebron Christian Academy. Jadin is extremely quiet, if you guys haven't noticed, but he's a thinker. Jadin enjoys being on the track team at his school. He enjoys reading, watching movies, and creating music, but he specializes in beats. He taught himself to play the keyboard when he was 7 years old. And because of his gifts and talents, he has performed in several stage plays and has been featured on the Rashard Ritchie radio show. Jadin loves his family and enjoys being a big brother to his little sister Sky. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. newly published author, Jadin S. Hutchinson.
All right, well, firstly, I would like to thank Miss Kathy Taylor for setting up this whole event and for being an amazing agent. Next, I would like to thank my parents, my dad, and my little sister. She's awesome. I would also like to thank my grandmother, my aunties, my uncles, and my family members. I really appreciate you guys for coming out and supporting me. Also, I would like to thank all of you for coming out in celebration of me and my first book, Just Imagine It. Actually, this book started out as a project from when I was younger. My dad had challenged me to write about, he had challenged me to write a bunch of paragraphs about certain topics used to gain success and how those certain topics can be used to gain success today. And those paragraphs, they turned into chapters, and my dad saw it as an opportunity to turn it into a book. And what happened was he had put me in touch with an editor of his from Florida, Miss Jadin, and that's how Just Imagine It came about after lots of hard work and dedication. And for example, a few months ago, my dad and my mom had challenged me and my sister to research the top 10 universities, and out of those top 10, to pick top 3 out of those universities, and to write an essay about all of them and about all kinds of ways that you could apply and get into them, and by having a good GPA score, having good PSAT scores, and any other extracurricular activities that could be used to help and like support your application and going there. And my top pick was Georgia Tech, because I want to pursue computer science, and my sister's top pick was Stanford, as she wants to pursue playing volleyball and as she wants to study in law. And after our parents had seen what our first top pick was, they had went out and bought us hoodies. And those hoodies is an everyday representation of the effort and hard work that we need to put in order to reach our goal of getting there. So I appreciate all of you for coming out and supporting me. And yeah, let's get it going.
Proud of you too, man.
Thank you, sir.
Man, you are awesome.
Never falling. Prime. Shine. Hard for this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're gonna make it out to Ashley. That's her friend.
Oh, you're a dad.
Yeah. Ashley's she's at dance, so she couldn't be here. So I wanted to support you.
Friend them. Bang. Real friend them. Love me and send. Real friend them.
Dig it. You better know.
I'm your biggest fan, I swear to God. I'm your biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan, bro. I knew you since the 4th grade, and now I'm looking at you signing my book and stuff. Like, bro, remember when I gave you, I'll sign that one too. Yeah.
To who?
Huh?
Your mom?
Yeah, well, this is really to my mom and my sister, but I'm gonna read it too. But that works.
All right.
Oh, I like that signature, Jadin,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Remember when I gave you that pencil in class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you helped me. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Back in the 4th grade, I gave him a pencil and class. He needed it, bro. I'm your biggest fan, bro. I promise, bro.
Bust a buckle for your real friend, them nah stab you in your back, haters figured. Bang, bust a buckle for your real friend, them. Not about the money, just love me and send. Bust a buckle for your real friend, them nah stab you in your back, haters figured. Never know my man could be a hater. All this time to you need me a cater. Look how me right and go hard for the paper. Don't believe in my dreams, tell you later. Sometimes the man them when we walk with a crosses. Him better back up and count him losses. No more time for dwell on the past things. Now I straight champion and bling bling. So, bust a buckle for your real friend them. Not about the money, just love me and send. Bust a buckle for your real friend them. Nah stab you in your back, haters figured. Bang, bust a buckle for your real friend them. Not about the money, just love me and send. Bust a buckle for your real friend them. Nah stab you in your back, haters figured. dirty heart, dirty mind, you me calling. If my life was in your hand, you would be stalling. Wishing my flow did a flop like calling. Me stand firm like